Good evening. You're tuning into 7Edition. I'm Otto Othman, and these are tonight's headlines. Prime Minister denies cabinet reshuffle claim. MACC probes UMNO's 90 million ringgit alleged payment to pass. And secret societies now targeting suburbs for extortion. Now we begin tonight's bulletin with this story. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has squashed rumours of a cabinet reshuffle, reaffirming the trust he has placed on his appointees. He said any speculation saying that changes to the current lineup will be made after Chinese New Year is fake news.
No reshuffle. No reshuffle at all. No change. Yeah. I stick with the same cabinet. Okay. All rumors are fake news.
The Premier said this when asked to comment on a blog post recently claiming that Economic Affairs Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin Ali would be appointed as the new Deputy Prime Minister after the Chinese New Year. The speculative piece was based purportedly on Datuk Seri Azmin's high-profile appointment as the chairman of the Kelantan State Action Council and possibly to head the proposed body similar to the previous National Economic Action Council. Tun Dr. Mahathir was met after attending the Chinese New Year Open House celebration jointly hosted by Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng at the National Chamber of Commerce and Industry Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur this morning.
Our joint host for today,
In a separate development, Finance Ministry stressed that its Minister, Lim Guan Eng, has never issued a statement or directive requiring Muslims to perform Umrah only through Tabung Haji and not through independent or private travel agencies. The ministry said the allegation that the minister had issued such a statement or directive was indeed baseless and malicious. In a statement, the ministry stated the article published in the Malaysia Today portal on Monday claimed the so-called directive was to ensure that Tabung Haji will monopolize Umrah arrangement and management services, at the same time eliminating any chance for Bumiputra-owned travel agencies to compete in the market. The Finance Ministry stated the propagation of the false news report was only aimed at to arouse public anger and incite hatred against non-Muslim Finance Minister for supposedly intervening in matters of Islamic affairs. The ministry had lodged a police report on the spread of false information and would also lodge a similar report to the Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission for further action. Now, PKR President Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim and his wife, Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail, were among those who visited Datuk Seri Muhammad Azmin Ali at his home in Ampang today. The Economic Affairs Minister is currently recuperating at home after undergoing bladder surgery. The visit by Anwar comes amid disagreements on PKR matters between him and Azmin in the past few weeks. Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Syari and Deputy Primary Industries Minister Datuk Seri Syamsul Iskandar Muhammad Akin, as well as their spouses, also visited Datuk Seri Azmin. According to Amiruddin, the PKR Deputy President is recuperating well and will be resting at home. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah and the Prime Minister's wife, Tun Dr. Siti Hasmah, had visited Datuk Seri Azmin while he was still in hospital yesterday. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, has begun an investigation into a claim that UMNO paid 90 million ringgit to PAS leaders to secure their support for the party. According to a source, the graft buster opened the investigation after receiving a police report over the matter yesterday. The source said MACC would call up several people for questioning as part of its investigation. The source added the probe was being conducted in accordance with the MACC Act 2009 and the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. All quarters were also requested to exercise patience and not make any kind of speculation on the investigation. Later today, the MACC confirmed in a statement that it had received a report in relation to the alleged 90 million ringgit suspected to be from One Malaysia Development Berhad 1MDB funds deposited into the accounts of several PAS leaders. It also said a member of the public had lodged a police report yesterday, and the report was referred to the MACC. As such, it said the MACC would begin an investigation based on the relevant powers and laws. The probe comes after news portal Sarawak Report published an article in 2016 claiming that UMNO allegedly paid the money to PAS leaders to secure their support. The report purportedly alleges that the money could have been from 1MDB funds. The 12 former Sabah UMNO assemblymen who left the party en masse in December last year remained independent with no decision made on joining any political party. Sulaman Assemblyman Datuk Sri Haji Noor said so far none of them has the intention to join Parti Warisan Sabah or return to UMNO. The former Sabah UMNO chief was met at a Chinese New Year open house held by Parti Bersatu Sabah (PBS) in Kota Kinabalu today. He said the 12 independent state assemblymen would continue to lend their cooperation to Gabungan Bersatu Sabah (GBS), which is a four-party state opposition bloc comprising UMNO, PBS, Parti Solidariti Tanah Airku (STAR), and Parti Bersatu Rakyat Sabah (PBRS).
Semua yang keluar kita akan cari platform yang baru. Kita tidak akan balik kepada UMNO, dan kita sekarang ini yang saya boleh nyatakan kita bekerjasama dengan adun-adun yang lain daripada PBS, STAR dan juga PBRS dalam gabungan Bersatu Sabah. Itu saja. I can tell you PPBM, Pribumi Bersatu will come to Sabah.
Datuk Sri Haji Ji's comment comes amid news of Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia Bersatu's move to expand its wings in the state. Meanwhile, PBS President Datuk Dr. Maximus Ongkili said the party would continue its collaboration with GBS in protecting Sabah as well as Sarawak state rights as enshrined in the Malaysia Agreement 1963.
So we're in touch with them. We hope to meet them soon in more comprehensive manner on how we can join hands to preserve what has been promised in 1963 through the Malaysia Agreement. I think the only way is that for both Sabah and Sarawak to work together.
Spearheaded by PBS, GBS was formed following Barisan Nasional's defeat in the 14th general election. Police today warned the public to be vigilant of tactics employed by secret societies which have now set their sights on housing construction sites in the suburbs to extort protection money. Bukinaman Anti-Vice Gambling and Secret Societies Division D7 Principal Assistant Director Dato' Rohaimi Muhammad Isa said the hotspots were the suburbs in the Klang Valley, Johor, Penang and Perak. According to Dato' Rohaimi, the groups would target construction sites and business premises without optimum security control, forcing victims to comply with their demands in fear of being hurt or getting their property damaged. Based on police intelligence gathered, the security societies or gangsters dominating an area were the ones usually extorting money from the housing developers, construction site managers, contractors, and individuals. Dato' Rohaimi also said the amount usually depended on the location, size of the project site, as well as the secret society that made the demand. Last year, 5 members of secret societies and 40 gangsters were arrested under the Prevention of Crime Act, or POCA. The public are urged to channel any information on extortion activities by secret societies through the hotlines displayed on your screen. Information could also be channeled to the Bukit Aman Secret Societies Prevention Unit via WhatsApp at 011-1227-7478. Informant's identity will be kept confidential. 3 foreigners were detained after they were caught catching and killing turtles in the waters of Pulau Ligitan off Semporna, Sabah earlier today. Malaysian Armed Forces Joint Task Force 2 Commander Brigadier General Dato' Zarundin Muhammad Amin said 6 turtle shells were also recovered from the men aged between 25 and 45 during the arrest at 4:30 a.m. The operation was carried out by a squad from the Quick Reaction Force and 18th Battalion Royal Malay Regiment led by Captain Muhammad Azwan Arif Muhammad Nizam. The foreigners, who did not have any identification documents, had also violated the curfew enforced from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the waters of the Eastern Sabah Security Zone, S Zone. The men and the seized items had been handed over to the Semporna Marine Police for further action. In Kelantan, 3 siblings died when their car collided with another vehicle in an accident near Bukit Tuku, Pasir Mas at noon today. The 1 p.m. incident occurred when the trio were traveling in the Pro 2 Myvi at Jalan Tanah Merah, Pasir Mas, before the car slammed head-on into a Proton Wira driven by a man. Pasir Mas Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Abdullah Muhammad Piah said the Wira tried to overtake the vehicle in front of him, but failed and rammed the Myvi on the opposite lane. Due to the collision, 2 victims were killed at the scene, while another died at the Pasir Mas hospital. The deceased have been identified as Fatin Arina Muhammad Asri, aged 23, Haifa Amira, 22, and 10-year-old Anis Suraya from Kampung Bukit Gading, Tanah Merah. The Wira driver, who was severely injured, was rushed to the same hospital for treatment. Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad MAHB has rejected AirAsia Group Berhad's offer to mediation to amicably resolve both parties' ongoing dispute over passenger service charges at KLIA-2. AirAsia Malaysia Chief Executive Officer Riyad Asmat said in a statement the budget airline had proposed mediation to the airport operator in a letter sent by its lawyers recently. This is in line with the MACC Act, which requires AirAsia and MAHB to first seek mediation before resorting to other legal proceedings to potentially save time and cost for all parties involved, including the judicial system. However, it was unfortunate that MAHB has refused the airline's olive branch to resolve outstanding issues between them. He also said the budget airline would seek guidance from MACC on the next step to address this situation. He added AirAsia also reserves its rights to take all necessary action to protect the interests of its guests and shareholders. Now, after the break, Mufti went door to door bringing gifts for his neighbors. Details next. Welcome back. Now it's time for our daily segment, Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making rounds in the cyber world today. Now, Federal Territories Mufti, Ustaz Dr. Zulkifli Muhammad Al-Bakri, is winning hearts on social media this Chinese New Year. This came after Dr. Zulkifli posted several photos on his Facebook and Twitter accounts on Monday, where he personally went door to door, bringing cakes as gifts for his Chinese neighbors. Both posts accumulated over 16,000 reactions and over 7,000 shares. In a message to his followers, Dr. Zulkifli said that living religiously is actually beautiful and easy if we understand the religion. Taking an example from the life of Prophet Muhammad, Dr. Zulkifli stressed that the walls of race and religion can be cast aside through politeness and moral values. He also added he hopes with a small annual token, it can contribute to the harmony of multiracial Malaysia, while urging Malaysians to go back to the essentials and show how we are actually one big family. Following this, netizens showered praises to Dr. Zulkifli for his efforts in fostering goodwill and religious harmony. On Sunday, Singapore Civil Defence Force posted a music video of their rendition on the iconic CNY song Gongxi Gongxi, which shows some of their unsung heroes who are not alone on the eve of Chinese New Year. The video went viral with over 61,000 views, winning prizes from netizens for their harmonious concoction of races. Take a look.
喜恭喜恭喜你，恭喜恭喜恭喜你。
冬天一到尽头，真是好的消息。温暖的春风，就要吹醒大地。恭喜恭喜恭喜你，恭喜恭喜恭喜你，
好好冰雪融解，眼看梅花吐蕊，漫漫长夜过去，听到一声寂静。恭喜恭喜恭喜你，恭喜恭喜恭喜你，恭喜恭喜恭喜你。
阿嬷，新年快乐！
恭喜恭喜恭喜你。
Now updated as of 7 p.m. Here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. Have you ever tried archery while being blindfolded? If that sounds challenging, what about a blind man successfully hitting the bullseye with a bow and arrow while on horseback? Well, that's exactly what Faizul Ghani is capable of doing. The multi-talented blind man recently shared both his passion, archery and horseback riding, with 7Edition. The 39-year-old Faizul has been blind since he was born. However, that does not stop him from taking up archery. He started off with basic archery about 2 years ago, before moving on to something more challenging even for a person with perfect vision, which is horseback archery.
Memanah pertama sekali kita kena ada minat, kemudian sokongan daripada orang-orang keliling kita, dan orang kata keinginan, dan orang kata sebab saya suka mencuba benda yang baru. Jadi saya sahutlah cabaran tu bila kawan saya bagi peluang dulu. Kawan saya ni pengusaha, dia pengeluar alatan memanah. Jadi dia menggalakkan saya memanah.
Faizul also said consistent training is required to be skillful in archery on horseback, and he practices archery while riding a horse at least twice a week. The sport also required him to understand horses and its movements. Having a qualified coach to train him also helped to improve his skills.
Kuda-kuda kita memang dah terlatih, memang baiklah jinak, takkan bawa lagi orang apa semua. So dari situ kita bolehlah ambil peluang untuk mengajar dia. Tapi agak makan masa lama jugalah, dalam sebulan 2 bulan macam tu kita nak melatih dia, pasal kita kena guide dia daripada awal sampai ke akhir.
Faizul, who is a father of 5 kids, is also able to treat sick horses with alternative treatment method, namely acupuncture. He has more than 50 alternative medical certificates, including from Xiamen University, China, and also owns a center for the treatment of spine, joints, and various ailments. When we come back, building collapse in Egypt kills at least 3. Don't go away. Well, that wraps up 7Edition this evening. We leave you with the visuals of splendid light shows staged by many cities across China in celebration of the Spring Festival. With that, I'm Otto Othman. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time.